Our next guest today says when it comes to customer service, go ahead, tweet it. Here to look at how businesses can take advantage of social media in managing their customer service is Ron Kaufman. Ron has written the New York Times best-selling book, Uplifting Service, the proven path to delighting your customers, colleagues, and everyone else you meet. Ron, good having you on the show.
Pleasure to be with you, Becky.
I think social media is very scary for companies when it comes to customer service because things go viral, and if there's a negative response, a negative comment about customer service with a company, it's out there to the world, and there's no taking it back.
That's
Therefore, we're gonna avoid social media until we can figure out how to control it better.
Well, that's like, putting your head in the sand and hoping it goes away. It's not going to go away. There's always been this thing called voice of the customer, where customers can either write in with a feedback form or a survey or
there's always a little questionnaire,
a hotline or something, and that's just gotten a lot hotter, a lot more rapid. That people who are consumers, customers, have the opportunity now to communicate that fast, whether it's positive or it's negative.
Do you have to embrace the negative?
Absolutely. In fact, the negative is a good thing. And you need to develop a culture where an organization recognizes that when a customer complains to you, they've made a choice. They've made a choice to bring that complaint to you. They could have just gone viral. They could have just put it out there and damaged your reputation. But the moment a customer comes to you with a complaint, they're basically saying, you could fix me. I'm letting you know what this problem is, and here's what I want you to do to make it better.
Yeah, but so many people take those complaints. Let's say you're a hotel, a small hotel, and for whatever reason there's been a problem, and you get 3 negative comments on TripAdvisor, for example. Right. Big problem, because those are the first 3 comments that come up. People are going to click, and they're going to go to the next hotel.
That's right. So then you need to develop a culture inside the entire organization, from top to bottom, every employee, that says when there is a complaint on TripAdvisor, or when we can learn from the customer while they're actually still in-house at the hotel, what's wrong? We want to jump on that. We want to fix it. We want to make it better, and we want to thank them for letting us know what was wrong. To say, oh, I wish they didn't put that on TripAdvisor and just hope that it goes away, it's not going to go away unless you fix that problem.
Do you need to incentivize them? Do you need, which has become a word, do you need to say, here, next time you come, you get 50% off? Or if you make some, if you go ahead and you give us your review on whatever website it might be, we're going to give you a discount.
Yelp,
whatever,
TripAdvisor,
right, whatever
Facebook,
it might be.
Tweet me.
Sure.
Yeah, but the incentive piece is sort of like, if you give us a good one, then we'll give you something, right? It needs to be in both directions. If you complain, we also want to fix the problem for you and then bounce you back, and that's called service recovery. We want to give you a little something extra because you took the time to let us know what was wrong and helped us be able to make it better, not only for you, but for all of our customers.
And you say point of service, point of delivery, point of execution is really where this has to happen. Explain what that means.
Well, it means that anybody who's in a customer-facing situation, whether it's over the counter, over the phone, whether you're responding by email, at the point of sale, at the point of service delivery, those people have tremendous power to actually be able to do something to fix a problem right at that point. But they also need to be backed up by the people who are not customer-facing. So operations, logistics, finance, legal, security, everybody else behind the scenes needs to be a great service provider for their colleagues, so their colleagues are empowered and enabled to do something positive for the customer. And that's what I mean by building an entire culture where everyone is listening and acting to serve each other.
It almost seems as if you're a company that gets to be like, say, for a mid-size or larger, you really almost need a team that is monitoring this, that is eyeing what's going on all the different, whether it's mobile or whether it's sites or whatever it might be. You really need to be monitoring and managing this, don't you?
Yes, you need a team that is listening carefully to what's going on in those different channels, those different venues, but you need the entire company eagerly listening to ask the question, so what are they saying? What came up yesterday? How can I take responsibility to help fix that? And that's where service becomes the culture of the organization, not just the customer service department.
All right, so if there's a company, and let's say it's a small company now, they're entrepreneurial group, and they want to manage this the best they can, how do you advise them? Where do they start to use social media most effectively when it comes to managing their customer base?
Well, this whole idea of managing the customer base,
I think we want control.
Yeah, it's not going to be that way. say, right? So it starts by really eagerly listening to what's already out there, finding out what people are saying that is negative, that's a complaint, that's a problem, and bringing that into the company and getting everybody focused on fixing it. Then using the same social media to let people know, thank you for the feedback. We appreciate the input. This is what we've done about it. This is the action that we've taken. Because really, I think human beings don't want to walk around in the world being angry and negative. We're basically uplifting.
We want good service.
Right.
We want to have our complaints listened to and then hopefully corrected.
And when they are corrected, that's a good news story. And the same person who complained about you, if you respond, they will be that same one who becomes your ambassador, who becomes your advocate.
Like the influencers that they speak about in social media.
Because they're the ones who are already speaking out. So when somebody complains, you could say, oh, squeaky wheel, you know? Or you can say, gosh, I'll bet there are a lot of customers who didn't bother to tell us, but this one did. So we should go that extra step.
There are other people that are dissatisfied as well.
Other people that are dissatisfied but didn't tell you.
Right.
So the one that did tell you, we should appreciate them more.
All right, so if you're interested in reading more about Uplifting Service, you go to upliftingservice.com, and there are actual excerpts of the book that are on the site.
The first 3 sections of the book are there for free at upliftingservice.com.
All right, Ron Kaufman, good having you here.
Pleasure to be with you, Becky.
All right, and we'll be back with more 12 on the Money.